Hello, everybody. I'm G. Allen Battle, the founder as well as the conference director of I Deserve Incorporated. I'm here with you presenting for Deserve 2021. This session is one that is tough for me. It's entitled Keep Going. It's an extension of our Founders Couch series, and we're going to do an extended version of that. So sit back and let's chat. Not going to be a really long situation, but I really want to just sit back and encourage you guys. Well, I want you guys to sit back. I'm not going to sit back because then I'll look fat and uncomfortable. So I'm going to sit up, but you guys sit back and relax. If you want to grab your notebook, that's fine. If you want to grab your journal, that's fine too. But I just want to talk about the concept of continued momentum. Keep going. Let's pray. Father, I thank you for your grace and for your mercy. I thank you for the opportunity to be vulnerable. I thank you for this moment. I thank you for this time. And I thank you for the gift of our breath, the freedom you've given us in our breath, the calm and the peace, the joy, the safety you've given us in our breath. Thank you. Thank you so much. Amen. So, I'm here presenting to you ashy, dry lips at 4 a.m., which means I'm probably going to get somewhere around 4 hours of sleep tonight. I'm going to let myself sleep till about 9. But I'm here at this hour, up working, up creating, up building, continuing the motion, because I believe and I want to see a thing. But with that belief comes hard work sometimes. Yeah, we place things on our vision boards. We write things down in our journals, our prayer journals, our hope journals, our dream journals, whatever we want to call them. We write those things down. We cast. We project all the positive energy. And all of that is necessary. But I think sometimes we forget that it's still going to get tough. Sometimes it's still going to be hard. Sometimes it's still going to be difficult. But you got to keep going. Deserve 2020, we're going to go backwards in time, was a conference that was originally going to be put on in conjunction with the Department of Public Health. I Deserve Incorporated and the Department of Public Health for the state of Georgia, specifically the Coastal Health District, were partnering to bring together this conference. That partnership failed for various reasons, and none of that is important, but it didn't work out like it was supposed to, which greatly reduced our funding, greatly reduced our opportunities for the grandeur that I like to present when creating a conference. But just as I was preparing to say, you know what, I'm done, I'm tired, I was contacting the team members and letting them know how I felt. Each one of them began to say, no, we can't quit yet. We're going to figure this out. Hold on. We're not going to put this down yet. Hold on. So I kept going. Continue working with the production team over at Carmack Productions. And they said the same. We understand that your budget is reduced. This conference needs to continue. Keep going. And so we continued on that grand scale. And this weekend, this Saturday, you'll be able to see a snippet or a preview of some of the work that has come out of that as they continue to work on the documentary that was born out of that conference. Of course, some of the content from this year's conference will also be a part of that documentary, as well as other interviews that have been done along the way. But none of that would have been possible had I just simply given up, or had I not listened to the wise counsel of my team and other people around me who are working closely with me, saying, keep going, don't give up. Deserve 2020 was the largest conference we've held yet. Deserve has been holding virtual conferences since 2016. Okay, our very first conference was in 2014 at the Von Braun Civic Center in Huntsville, Alabama. The next one was at the Gunnersville Baptist Retreat Center on Lake Gunnersville, Alabama. Beautiful. That was 2014, 2015. 2016, we went virtual, and we've been virtual ever since. Deserve 2020 was our largest conference yet. We went from seeing, I want to say it was 200 people reached at Deserve 2014. Deserve 2015, we saw, I believe it was about 50 to 75 people reached. Deserve 2016, we saw about 175 people reached. Deserve 2017, we saw approximately 300 people reached. Deserve 2018, 50. It was low that year. I was struggling. Deserve 2019. The number was lower than 50. Deserve 2020, we reached over 2,000 people. But had I given up, I quit, it never would have happened. This year, our goal is 5,000. I know it's possible. I'm not worried about that. My issue previously was dealing with the difficulty of having the dream or seeing the vision, knowing the thing, having that deep knowing, but also being one who is very driven by facts and figures, and seeing the facts, seeing the figures, the knowledge base, the information, seeing it, and recognizing that it did not agree with the knowing that I had deep inside. So now we're bridging that gap. And the bridge between those two spaces is very simple. The bridge from you don't have enough. The bridge from will they want to watch it? Will they want to be a part? Is your voice necessary? The bridge from that space to the manifesting of the vision that you'd like to see, the dream that you've captured deep within. The space between that bridge over that deep divide is very simple. You got to keep going. You can't stop. It's about discipline. It's about surrounding yourself with energy, with voices, with perceptions that will agree with, that will align with, and that propel you towards the knowing that you have deep within, the manifesting of that knowing. See, had I been surrounded by people who were not dreamers, people who were not doers, people who were not dedicated in their own lives and disciplined in their own lives when it comes to their dreams and their visions and the tasks that they set before themselves, I wouldn't have had what I needed when it comes to the motivation that was necessary to continue going. So I've got some points for you. First thing, right at the back. It's going to take some work. Whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is, whatever you're pushing towards, whatever you desire, whatever that is, it's going to take work. Okay? It's going to take work. Number 2, and these are not necessarily in order, it's going to take focus, work, drive, stick-to-itiveness, and focus. It's going to take you being willing to shut out the noise, to do what's necessary to get the job done, to do what's necessary to only see success, to only see that thing being accomplished. It's going to take focus. The third thing we don't talk about often, number 3, and these are in no particular order, and I'm sure there's more options, there's more things for this list, but I'm going to stick with these. I'm scratching because I'm so sleepy. You know that thing you start doing when you get sleepy. You ever been working really late? And you find yourself, sometimes you got to keep working. Hard work, devoted work, devotion, dedication, work, whatever word you want to use for that. Focus, keeping your eyes on the prize. And number 3, it's going to take your village. Baby, you can't do this by yourself. I don't care how much you think you can. And I'm a living witness of this. The Deserve team will tell you I often tried to do it by myself because I was a horrible communicator. I'm still not a great one. Let's be clear on that. But I'm better. It's going to take work, dedication, okay? It's going to take focus. Keep your eyes aright. Look only at what you want to see. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the left. Look only at what you want to see. What did the word say? You know, I'm real safe. As liberal as I am a super Christian. I believe it says, press forward towards the mark of the prize of the high calling. Forgetting those things, I'm paraphrasing, forgetting those things that are behind, but I press forward. Forgetting those things that are behind, but I press forward. I'm going to add to that. Not so much add to that, I'm going to expound. Forgetting those things that are behind and rejecting those things that are beside. Okay? I press forward. All right? Focus. And your village. Baby, you are the company that you keep. Period. Birds of a feather do flock together. So if that's not you, it will be you. I'm not saying that we can't associate, but at the same time, the befriending, the closeness, you got to know the company that you keep. You got to know their desires for their own lives. Because this is the thing. People mean well for us, in theory. They always mean well for you. They love you. There's no maliciousness in most cases. No hard feelings in most cases. But it's difficult for somebody to believe for you when they can't believe for themselves. And this is not me putting anyone down. This is me recognizing that when it comes to my inner circle, when it comes to me building my village, so that I can see a thing. I look exhausted in this image, but I'm going to keep going. Keep going. So y'all forgive this. I have on no makeup. I'm going to put several filters on this video, hopefully. Uh, and I sound like this, but I'm going to keep going. If they are not motivated to believe for themselves, and this is difficult because this is a hard thing to say. Oh, this is so hard to say, but I'm going to say it. The point blank of it, the simple of it, the short of it is, if they can't believe for themselves, they're not going to be able to believe for you. That's not shade. Maybe a little bit of a read. But these are the facts. The way that we're set up, we're going to take care of us first. We're going to take care of ourselves first. So if their struggle is to take care of themselves, honey, it's going to be difficult for them to take care of you. And I'm not saying that they need to be able to take care of you. But sometimes, and this is why a village is necessary, sometimes you need a little help believing. Now it sounds contradictory, doesn't it? I know. Wait for it. Because no one always believes. No one is always focused. No one always has it together. So when you're building that circle, when you're building that village, I'm not saying they've got to be perfect. I'm not saying that they've got to have it all together. I'm not saying that they have to always believe for themselves, because sometimes we all need help. But it is necessary for them to have that underlying current of, we're going to make this happen. We're going to get this done. You know, we all have a default setting. If the default is unbelief, is doubt, is fear, now we're getting to it. You're understanding what I'm saying when I'm saying they don't believe for themselves? When their default is fear, doubt, unbelief, that's not a village member for you. Why? Because they're still building themselves to be a village for themselves so that they can then later be a village for other people. See, we're all in process. We're all going where we need to go. Make sure that as you build a village around you, yourself, and your vision, make sure take special notice of the defaults of the members of your circle or the potential members of your circle. Take notice of their defaults. Where do they default to? Baby, it's faith over here. It's belief over here. Forgive me. It's we'll find a way over here. It's we'll make a way over here. It's stick to it over here. It's no, you can't quit over here. If that's not the energy that they bring to the table, if that's not how they communicate with themselves first, nah. Once again, nobody does that all the time. No, that's why we need a village. Whew, but that default setting. So let's get back to those three. Okay. Work. Write the vision, make it plain upon tables so you can run with it. And so that they that read it, they may run with it. Work. Focus. Once again, write the vision. And keep it before your eyes. Village. I'm reminded of a scripture, and it reminds me of a principle. It's spiritual, but it also reminds me of a principle. I mean, spiritual things are principles, but it reminds me of a principle. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe, to do all that is written therein. For then you'll create, you'll force your way prosperous, and have good success." When I think about that scripture, what comes to mind is the fact that, number one, keep that thing before your eyes. Search and research. Be ever learning. Be ever teachable. Keep that ever-growing knowledge before your eyes and your ears, whether that's podcasts, whether that's books, whether that's talks, whether that's mentors. Always be receiving information. Keep it before your eyes, so much so till you can start seeing yourself carrying out the principles that you've learned. So much so that you can see yourself working that thing. So much so that you see yourself doing it innately. It's now become your default. Because when that happens, now you get to the point where you're making your way prosperous. And once you've made your way prosperous, you have good success. The work is in the making. The focus is in the keeping it before your eyes. The village is in the keeping it before your eyes and your ears. I've said a whole lot of nothing. I mean, that's not true. I've said a whole lot. But the important things are this. You got to keep going. And the things that are going to keep you going, focus. And what's going to keep you focused? Watch what you surround yourself with, whether that's your village, television shows you watch, the radio programs you listen to, podcasts, the music you listen to. All of that carries frequency, all of that carries energy, all of that carries purpose, all of it carries information. All of it carries a message. All of it carries a vision. Watch what you keep before your eyes. Watch what you keep before your eyes and your ears. Watch what you keep before your eyes and your ears. Watch what you say. If it doesn't promote what you want to see, don't say it. Even if that's not how you feel. If how you're feeling goes against what you want to see, don't say what you feel. Say what you want to see. It's very important. It's not always going to be easy. Sometimes it's going to look really dark. But you got to keep going. And you got to set your life up so that you can keep going. Some of us have made it very difficult for ourselves to keep going. Some of us, intentionally or unintentionally, most of the times unintentionally, set up roadblocks for ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. If you can overcome yourself, you can overcome anything. And that's why the default is important. That's why what you have coming in and out of your ears and your eyes and in your ears, because hopefully things aren't coming out of your ears, but what you have it coming in and in your ears and your eyes and coming out of your mouth. That's why those things are important. Because it's how you program yourself. You got to pay attention to what you're keeping your focus on. Sometimes you got to step away, regroup, center yourself. I do a lot of deep breathing myself. Find a method that works for you. I do a lot of deep breathing and meditation. We'll be doing some of that during the conference this year. But yeah, that's it. I've said all of this to say keep going. I've said all of this to say set your life up so that you don't have a choice but to keep going. Set your circle up so that there are no excuses coming your way. There's no one saying to you, oh, well, baby, you ain't got to do that. It don't take all of that. Anybody in your circle saying that, go ahead and that's not shade. That's not shade. That just means that you all have different priorities, and that's okay. Keep going. The fictional character Jefferson Pierce says, by any means necessary. Of course, we know that's a historical quote, but I'm going to mention him because y'all watch Black Lightning. We watch Black Lightning, so I'm mentioning him. I high-key want to echo that. By any means necessary, honey. Keep going. My grandmother would have said, or my auntie would have said, or my mama would have said, hook or crook. Ha! Keep going. Don't stop. My grandfather had says it like this. Oh my goodness. He said to my mother, he said, you got one problem I ain't never gonna have. You ain't listening. Laminated. Now, that doesn't make any sense until you realize what he was trying to say. My grandfather, countryman, lived in both the city and the country, but he's a countryman. Very storied life. Amazing accomplishments. Illiterate to this day. Very successful, very accomplished. Very respected. Set up. He good, he comfortable. He would never stop. And whenever something stepped up or approached him or presented itself that would attempt to distract him or derail his plan, he would eliminate it. But of course, he didn't say the word eliminate, he said laminate. Not knowing that was a different word altogether. What he was essentially saying is, you have an issue I'm never going to have, baby. Eliminate it. Whatever that problem is, eliminate it. Let that thing go. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. Keep your eyes on the prize. Yes, your bills are due, and you got to pay your bills. Don't let the fact that you got to pay your bills and take care of life distract you from what you want to see later down the road. Yes, you are exhausted. Yes. It is 4:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that doesn't mean you get a chance to stop right now. You do need to sleep, and that is very important. So make sure you sleep. We ain't Steve Harvey in this piece. 3 hours of sleep a night will kill you. I understand that. We are not Steve Harvey. But also sometimes 8 hours not going to work. Because you got to get this work done. So find your balance. Hydrate. Get your little orange juice. Take some naps here and there. And keep going. That's it. I love us for real. I can't stop and I won't stop. If the opportunity presents itself for me to stop, I'm going to kick it in the throat and I'm going to keep going. You do the same. Remember, I dream, I speak, and I receive victory. Keep going. Work hard. Work diligently. Work smart. Even better. Stay focused. And mind your village. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to bridge that divide. I know what you see before you, the information that you have in your head, the facts presented to you right now don't necessarily line up with what you really know on the inside. Don't worry about that right now. Stick with what you know. We're going to bridge that divide. Have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later.